All right, in this video, we are going to have some fun. I'm going to show you how you can connect Siri to N8N or Make.com using a webhook. I did not know any of this was possible until a friend showed me this idea. Unlucky for him, he doesn't create YouTube content, so I get to benefit from it, and so do you. If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Justin, and I like to create content just like this to show you how I solve problems in my business and in the businesses of my clients. Now, in this case, I'm not necessarily solving a problem. However, I do think this is a pretty neat application, and I'm willing to bet that as more people learn that this is available, someone will create something extremely useful for this application. Now, if you're new, please hit the subscribe button. A lot of you guys who watch are not subscribed, and I'm trying to improve that. Also, I'm going to be using an N8N scenario here, which includes an AI agent. All of this stuff is going to be you're going to be able to download for free inside of my school community automation station, and I will leave the link down below in the description or in the comments. Just check it out, come join. You can download the exact template that I am working on here. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. As I mentioned, I actually don't necessarily have an immediate business use case for this, but in this demonstration, I'm going to show you how I can connect Siri to 𝐭𝐫, which is a CRM that I use. You may be using HubSpot or Salesforce or maybe some other system that has an API, but literally the options are unlimited, especially with the introduction of MCP servers. You can now pretty much dictate whatever you want Siri to do or connect Siri to an MCP server so that she or he can take action on your behalf. And so let's hop right into it. I'm not going to focus this specific tutorial on how to create this AI agent. I actually created this AI agent in one of my previous videos. So if you want, you can go ahead and search. But again, inside of Automation Station, I will attach the JSON, the blueprint to this. So you can just import this same AI agent into your scenario if you want to mess with it. To be transparent, this isn't used in production. This is just an example to show you how powerful this can be, but it'll be available for you to download anyway. But here, let's just explain real fast. We have a webhook essentially acting as a trigger. So it's going to be listening for a message to be sent to it. In this webhook, we're not doing anything special. We are going to copy this here in a second. But once that webhook comes over here, we have this AI agent that's pretty much has simple instructions to essentially use the tools that it has to take actions inside of my high level CRM, which is super cool. And then when it's done, it's going to respond to Siri, and we're going to see if Siri can talk back to us. And so before we get started, I'm going to go over here and drag over my phone. I cannot make this bigger, so hopefully it's enough for you to see. But right here, I am using the Shortcuts app. Now, the Shortcuts app is an application that you probably have on your phone already and you haven't even realized. But if you don't, you can go to the App Store and download it. It's actually created by Apple. It's not a third party. So all this is supported. We're not doing anything hacky, anything that's not meant to be. So let's come in here into the Shortcuts app, and then we are going to create a new shortcut. And then here for the actions, we're going to search for dictation. And right here, we have dictate text. That's what we're going to use. This is like the trigger in N8N, right? So we're going to dictate text, and then let's pop this open. And it has some settings here. The language we're using is English, and then stop after pause. We're going to change this to stop on tap. So essentially what this is going to do is listen for our voice and translate the text, our voice into text. And then this stop listening setting is just essentially, hey, do you want us to wait till you naturally pause to send it over or go to the next action? Or do you want to have a tap? So I'm just going to select tap here. Next action we're going to do, let's see if I can find this. Yeah, get contents of URL. So this is super cool because it's not immediately descriptive on what this action actually does. And I don't even know if it's actually meant for this, but what we're going to do is go ahead and select that. And what happens here is it's going to ask us to give a webhook. Right now, this variable is filled in. So if I click here, I can just delete this variable, and it's asking for a URL. That's where I'm going to go ahead and copy my webhook URL. I'll copy the test one for now, drag this back over, and hopefully paste works here. Let's see if I can paste. Yeah, sweet. I can paste. All right. I'm going to go ahead and click this blue arrow to expand the options here, and the method, we're going to change the method to post. And then in the body, the field that we're going to send is a text field, and let's call it dictated text. And then I'm going to use a variable here for the value, and the variables pop up down here. I'll just select dictated text. So now anything I say into the dictated text box will now be sent to this URL as a post request and inside of the body. Pretty cool. Now, Last thing I want to do is let's go ahead and collapse this here. Last thing I want to do, make sure it's saved. Yeah. I'm going to say I want Siri to read me back the actual response. So let's see if I can find that. I shouldn't have deleted my old one. Let's see, transcribe, speak text. I think this will work right here, speak text. So I'm going to come over here, speak text, and then I'm going to speak the contents of the URL. So you see that the variable is already filled in. And if it wasn't, I could probably delete it and then come in here and yeah, you see the variables pop here at the bottom. But essentially whatever comes back from this is going to be spoken to me by Siri. And let's pop open the options here and you'll see that we have Siri voice selected. So it'll sound like Siri. And what's cool about this is because we're using a respond to webhook node inside of our N8N workflow right here, essentially the response to this get contents of URL is going to be the response of the AI agent. So super cool. Let's come over here and see if we can name this, we'll name this 𝐭𝐡 agent just to be cute and then click done. Pretty sweet. What's nice about this is you can also actually put this on the desktop and I'm not trying to expose everything on my phone here. So I'm actually going to create a shortcut. Essentially, if you just come in here and click edit and you select this little share icon, there will be an option to add it to the desktop. So give me 1 second. I'll pause the video and add it to my desktop. All right, so I just went ahead and clicked that share button and then there was add to shortcut or add to home screen and there it is. So now we have our AI agent. With my screen mirror here, I'm not able to actually dictate text. So I'm gonna transition to my phone and you won't be able to see it, but you will be able to hear it. But what I'm gonna do is move this to the side for now and then make sure our webhook is listening. So I'll click on test workflow. You see our webhook is now listening for a message and I'm going to come out on my phone here, excuse me, and see if we can dictate some text. Hey, do you know if there's a contact in my database for 833-359-3417? All right, now it's actually sending. You see it hit the webhook. It's working.
Yes, there is a contact named Justin with the phone number 833-359-3417. Their contact ID is 72BTQ54BW.
That's pretty cool, right? So we dictated text by clicking on the shortcut, and then it actually sent the message to the webhook. The AI agent heard the dictated text and took action based on the tools that it had and responded. Now, one bonus feature here, I'm not going to keep you too much longer though, is we can actually create a voice shortcut. Hey Siri, we can actually, I shouldn't have said that because now Siri's going to wake up, but we can actually create a shortcut for that. And I'll show you how to do that here in the settings. Let me pop my phone up one more time. All right, so I'm just here inside of my Apple settings and let's go to accessibility and scroll down. I believe it is voice control and then commands and then create a new command. And essentially I can say, hey, �ㄷ, that's the Go High Level mascot. And action will be run a shortcut 𝐭𝐡 agent. And let's save that. Pretty cool. So let me see if that will work. So let me pull this out and pop open my actual phone so I can dictate text. Hey, �ㄷ, can you create a contact for 910-212-6872? The name is test contact.
Okay, I've created a contact for test contact with the phone number 910-212-6872. The contact ID is �㈙𝐻𝐢𝐴.
That's pretty cool. So just like that, we've connected Siri to my Go High Level, which can be incredibly powerful. I'm interested to see how you use this. So if you have a use case for this, or if you build something cool, please comment down below or tell us inside of the school community. Till next time, peace.